Hey guys, this is a video request from At Risk One. Uh, I believe he has this Balisong, or thinks he has this same Balisong, so he requested that I show a video on it so he can, figure out if he does. Um, what he found to be very strange about this Balisong, and almost like it was wrong, is the fact that the latch, and it's the same on both of these. This one, they're almost identical knives. The obvious difference is that this has brass handles and a brass latch, as opposed to stainless handles and the brass latch. Um, but what you'll notice is that the latch is on the safe handle. The sharpened edge is over here. Um, I don't necessarily think it's right or wrong, depending on where your latch is. Like most people might say, well, that's wrong. It's not supposed to be on the side. Well, actually, I believe it's just called Manila style, and it's like a preference. I don't necessarily have, um, any more information. If you want more information, I'm sure you can ask on the Balisong section of Blade Forums, and there's a whole forum dedicated to Balisongs. If you're not familiar with it already, it's Balisong Forums with an S .com. And that whole forum is just on Balisong. So if you ask that question over there, I'm sure you'll get more additional information on this. But I believe it's called Manila style. Um, but to tell you the truth, this, besides the obvious difference with the latch, even though this is like a crappy knife, it's one of the better crappier knives. This blade steel is horrible. I actually used this for a while, as a knife to use to cut with, and it just will not hold an edge very well at all. Um, and the handles are a little bit, if you flip this for a while, they pinch you a little bit and, get bruised up. It's not the best finish on these. But I have to say, with this pin construction, this thing is really held together well. This has not loosened on me since I had it. And I've had this probably, a little over a year now, and I play with it all the time. I always screw around with my different Balisongs. But this one I definitely beat on, and it's fine. Um, so like I said in some of my other videos, most of the Balisongs from the 80s, they tend to hold up a lot better than the cheaper ones from today. Um, but like I said, both of these are marked Pakistan, and they're marked stainless steel, but that's it. They're sterile besides that, so I don't know what company had made these. I don't know when they were made. I do know that this type of knife was made in the 80s. That's why I call them, quote, 80s Bally's, because, it's a general time, late 80s, early 90s when these were manufactured, this type of, knife. Not when I say type, I mean this kind of quality, from these knives, not the Balisong itself. Balisongs actually, very interesting fact for you, Balisongs go way back into, I think, the late 1800s. Um, and there's a lot of information to be found. Like I said, check out the forums I mentioned for more information. Um, but the Balisong itself is famed. Um, it's funny because I want to do a quick review on this, but now, of course, I want to talk about Balisong and the history of Balisong. Um, it's mostly known from the Philippines. There, I believe there's I don't know if it's a town or a city, but there's a place in the Philippines called Batangas, and they manufacture and they make custom Balisongs. Like that's what they do. That's like their, I don't know if it's their main export item, but there are plenty of makers over in the Philippines making these, and these Balisongs are mostly known from the Philippines. To the common person, the Balisong is almost like a ninja knife. You'll see the Balisong, um, be referred to as, I guess, an Oriental style knife, but they couldn't be any more wrong. The Balisong is mostly made in the Philippines. It wasn't originally created in the Philippines. I believe it's Italian. Going way back to the first one. The first couple made. But like I said, you can do your research if you want to know exactly where it came from. But I can tell you it's not an original Oriental design. It's originally, I believe, somewhere in Europe. But then, of course, taken over and mostly known from the Philippines. So the Filipinos definitely get the credit for the Balisong. Um, they've used it the most, and they've made probably the most handmade ones. But anyway, for At Risk One, like I said, after messaging, getting another message from you, I know that you do have the same one here as the brass. And I gotta say, if you don't have, if you have some other cheaper ones, you probably know already. This thing's holding up pretty well, isn't it? I'm telling you, it's the pins. The pins as opposed to the screws. Screws have their benefits over pins because you can adjust them for how tight or loose you want it. But the problem is that with cheap Balisongs, the screws, they strip so easily. And these pins are just permanently set in there. They're hammered on both sides, and if this ever got loose on me, I'm sure I can, put a little like awl in there and just hammer them back. But it's an interesting knife. I definitely would like this more as a user than some of the other cheapo knives I have. But of course, nothing beats the Benchmade Model 42. And people ask me all the time, what Balisong should I get? And I always say, Benchmade Model 42. And it's so hard because I know there's a lot of younger people who can't afford, the Benchmade. But I got to tell you, if you can, save your pennies, save that allowance up, it's definitely worth it. But anyway, that's all. Those are the Pakistani Balis. The Manila style latch, fairly quickly explained, and a very, very brief explanation of the history on the Balisong. But once again, definitely check out bladeforums.com. They have a Balisong section, and also balisongforums.com, for more information. All right, thank you again for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.